Hello guys, my name is Balkrishna Srivastava and welcome to Code with BK. So in this video, we write Java code solution for question 10 of ISC 25 Computer Science Board Specimen Paper, which is this question. So before we begin, it is a request to please subscribe to my channel because out of 100 viewers, only 2 to 3 are subscribed. More than 95% of my audience is not subscribed and a subscription is very important. So please do subscribe to my channel. So before we begin, I have another channel, Code with BK Hindi, where I solve all these problems in Hindi as well. So if you are better comfortable with Hindi, you can check out that channel. The name of the channel is Code with BK Hindi. All right. So we have to write a solution for question 10 and this is the question. Okay. Take a minute and give this a reading. Okay. So you have to use inheritance, Java inheritance in this case. The superclass is library, the base class, the subclass, the derived class is compute. So this is basically calculating the fine and the total rent on a book. So it says that 2% charge on the cost price of the book per day. It can be retained for 7 days without any fine. For more than 7 days, fine will be charged as per these. So number of excess days after 7th day, number of excess days for 1 to 5, 200, 2 rupees 2 per day. Then 6 to 10 rupees 3 per day, above 10, 5 per day. Superclass library has been defined, which I have written. Okay, I'm going to show this constructor and show method after we complete the code for compute class. All right, so a constructor and show method, and you have to define subclass compute, calculate fine and total amount. All right. Okay, so the name of the class that you have to write is compute, and this is a subclass of library, so extends. Okay, the data members are number of days and to store the fine, so private int d to store the number of days, private double f to store the fine. Then you have the constructor public compute. It says parameterized constructor assign values to data members of both the classes. Okay, so we need name, author and price for this library class. Okay, and we also need number of days taken in returning the book because fine we will calculate. So we need 4 values: string, double, int. Okay, so string name, string author, double price, int num days. Okay, so superclass constructor will take the details author and price. Okay, and you set d to num days. Okay, fine we set to 0, a legal initial value. Okay, assign values to data members of both the classes. So your constructor is done. Next is public void fine to calculate the fine. So this part is not given in your instruction here. Okay, that you have to pass name, author and then the price. The idea in questions like these, you always get one question like this in your paper. The idea here is you have to pass all the values, name, author, whatever values are there for this superclass data members. You have to pass the values for all of them, whatever be the order. Okay, so if you were not given this order, okay, any order would be fine. It just has to be values for all these data members. Okay, you don't know what order is here. Okay, you can also do author, name and price in your answer. That's perfectly fine. You just have to make sure values for each of these data members which are to be assigned is passed here. Okay, and this num days for setting the number of days in this class, and then we calculate the fine. We set it to a legal initial value 0. We calculate fine here. Okay, all right, for excessive days as the table given below. So let's say in num excess days is going to be d minus 7, because after the 7th day you start calculating number of excess days. So if num excess days is less than equal to 0, okay, then we have fine equal to 0. Okay, else if number of excessive days, the table says from 1 to 5, that is less than equal to 5. Okay, so it is going to be fine is 2 rupees into num excessive days. Okay, else if num excess days is less than equal to, okay, so this will be 6 to 10, so less than equal to 10, so fine will be 3 into num excessive days, and final else part is num excess days greater than 10, above 10, which is 5 per day, which is 5 into num excess days. Okay, so this method will calculate fine, which is done. Moving on to the last method, public void show. Public void show. Okay, you have to display the book details along with the number of days, fine, and total amount to be paid. So displaying the book details, display book details is basically calling the show method of the super class. So you say super dot show. Okay, this method is responsible for showing the name, author, and the price. Okay, then you say calculate total rent, right? Total amount. Okay, so total amount is going to be fine plus the amount for the rent amount, which is 2% per day, right? Okay, so you have to calculate total amount. So calculate rent. So double R is 2% of the price of the book into num days, which is D. Okay, 0.02 is 2% of P, and that's why this is protected. Okay, if I make this private, I cannot use P. Okay, and there is always a case where you use a data member from the super class and it is assumed that this data member is protected. That is how you can use this. Or if this is private, okay, there should be some way, some getter that returns the value of this P. Okay, all right. Okay, so you calculate rent, you can make this R. Okay, use the variable names for the purpose they are meant, right? Then you say calculate fine, so you call the fine method. Okay, because this method has to be called for this value F, this data member F, to actually store the fine. Okay, then you say double total is rent plus fine. Okay, so total amount is 2% of price into total number of days plus fine. That's what we are doing, right? This part is this part. Okay, right? So you have to display details of the book that we have done. Okay, display number of days, fine, and total amount. Okay, sys out number of days plus D, sys out fine plus F. Okay, fine is rupees. Okay, then total is rupees total. Okay, details along with number of days, files, and total amount. You don't have to display the rent that is supposed to be paid apart from the fine. Okay, so this is your class and this is done, right? Because you don't have to write a super class main function. All right, constructor find and show, constructor find and show, that's it, it's done. Let me show you the constructor for this class, and then you have show, just simply prints the details. Okay, let me just create a object in the main. Okay, compute. Okay, new compute. Okay, name is, I'll say answer is C. Okay, the OG book for C. The author was Dennis M. Ritchie. Okay, price was say 400 and it was taken for say 5 days. Okay, right? So if you take a pointer here, you have name, author, price, num days is 5. Okay, then we call compute.show, right? And it will display all the details. Okay, so for 5 days there should be no fine, there should only be the base end, which is 2% per day. So 2% is going to be 8. Okay, per day, 8 into 5, 40 rupees, which is the rent, and the fine should be 0. Okay, let's make this 8 days. Okay, so only day fine for 1 day. Okay, so fine for 1 day is going to be 2 rupees, and rent for 8 days is going to be rupees 8 per day into 8, 64 plus 2, 66, which is coming out 66. Okay, let us make this 7 plus 5, 12. Okay, 13 days. So for 6 days it is rupees 3 per day, so 18, and 13 into 8 plus 18. 13 into 8 is 104 plus 18 is 122. Okay, let's make it above 10 days. So 18 days. Number of excessive days is 11. So 11 into 5 days, 55 is the this, and 55 is 144, which is 18 into 8, which is 144. Okay, So 144 plus 55, you get this. All right. Okay. So this was the solution for your question 10 ISC 2025 Computer Science Board Specimen Paper. Okay. Did we miss anything? No. And I guess the calculation is fine as well. Okay. So this was the solution to this problem, and I hope this was helpful. So if there's any doubt, there's a part you don't understand, please let me know in the comments. I always try to answer all your comments, and you can also let me know in the comments if there's a question you want to solve, if there's a concept you want to discuss. So please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.